What's up guys, Cut Protagonist here, and today I'm gonna do a deck profile on the Ancient World Raging Spirit deck from the brand new set, New World Chaos. So today I'll be doing a budget deck profile for those of you guys who want to get into Buddyfight. This is one of those perfect decks because it is really cheap and because this deck is just full of badass dragons. As you guys know, Raging Spirit is one of the coolest looking dragons that we've ever seen. The designs for all of these Raging Spirits are amazing and they have really good effects as well. So for example, this guy Billion Knuckle is able to survive once per turn by paying 1 life. Combine it with Ancient World's defensive spells, this guy is literally indestructible. So yeah, today I'll be doing a deck profile on the Raging Spirit. It is a size 3 base deck. So it is a deck easy for you guys to master, and if you guys are new to Buddyfight, I recommend you guys to try this deck out. And also if you hate Chaos, this deck is surprisingly really good against them because they have this card which is No Matter Where Dragon Rules Supreme, a fantastic card against Chaos. It's a set spell which forces you and your opponent not to call monsters to the center. So imagine this, you go first and you set this set spell. And Chaos Territory focuses on the center, giving you an extra slot on the center, so an open center you can literally run them down quickly with this deck. So yeah, one good tip against Chaos, side this in, almost an instant win, tested and proven. Let's get on the deck profile. The buddy monster I play is Invincible Bonds, Ricky and the Raging Spirits. Its ability is basically, when this card's on the field, all size 3 Raging Spirits, it has a cheaper cost of 1. So for example, if this guy's at 2 gauge cost, he only costs 1 gauge. Really important because I do not play a lot of gauge XL such as Rise and Fall of Dragons to charge gauge. So you want to minimize your gauge cost for all of your monsters. Lifelink is no longer a problem in this deck because of some cards which I will go through later in the deck, because life is really easy to gain in this deck as well. For the size 3, you play 4 copies of Chaos Billion Knuckle. This card is from New World Chaos and it's a double rare. Core cost 2 gauge and put the top card of the deck into the soul. So he has Soul Guard. The unique thing about Raging Spirits is you can play it as a Gao Mikado style. This is your usual layout. You have a size 0 aside, size 3 and an item. You play an open center because Raging Spirits has the ability to redirect all attacks to this guy. So it's really cool. It's a really unique size 3 base deck. When your opponent card's attacks, change the target to this card. So all your opponent monsters are forced to fight this counter attack beast, which is indestructible because when you pay 1 life, you can knife its destruction. And in order to attack you, your opponent must first kill Billion Knuckle, which is really tanky. And what makes Billion Knuckle so strong is its counter ability. Once per turn, you may pay 1 life. If you do for this turn, the next time this card will be destroyed, nullify its destruction. So this guy is fantastic because once per turn, you will be able to nullify destruction by paying an extremely cheap 1 life. And you have a counter attack, double attacker, really tanky unit, fantastic. I wish Bush would make more of these because these are great. Next up, we play 2 copies of Chaos Champion Lord, another Chaos series for the Raging Spirits. Now this card is from the XSSD, the dual chest. Core cost, put the top card of the deck into this card soul and pay 2 gauge. So it's similar to Billion Knuckle. When your opponent attacks, redirect it to it. So yeah, play it aside and your opponent is forced to attack it. And its counter ability is pay 1 life. For this turn, this card gains extra 1 critical and the penetrate ability. Really good against Chaos as well because if they ever caught the center, you can just swing with a double attacking 3 crit penetrate. It's generally your more aggressive option. I only play 2 copies because I'm actually trying to cut down on the size 3 in the deck. Playing too many size 3s will actually clog out your deck, just because of the fact that Billion Knuckle rarely leaves the field. And the final size 3 plays 3 copies of the Chief himself, the Burn Nova. I am actually curious to see whether they will actually make a Chaos Burn Nova. Full Blast Omnilord Burn Nova. He's an Omnilord, so you can actually play him in other worlds. Core cost, put the top card of the deck into this card soul and pay 3 gauge. So its gauge cost is pretty heavy, but with Ricky it's pretty cheap. When your opponent card's attack is redirected to it. Why this guy is so good is because he has a triple attack instead of your standard double attackers. He's a triple attacker. So yeah, 4 copies of him. He's a rare, really easy to find, especially in this set. Alright, for the size 0, play 4 copies of Invincible Bonds, Ricky and the Raging Spirits. The artwork is so cute in this. If you call a size 3 Ancient World monster, the gauge cost return and its core cost is reduced by 1. You could actually play this in other Ancient World decks because it states Ancient World, size 3 Ancient World, so it's not limited to Raging Spirits. So it's a very interesting card. Ricky just makes your Raging Spirits easier to call. So he's pretty nice and he's a size 0, so it's just there as an extra beat stick. And finally, 1 tech copy of Battle Master Band. He's just there because he has the item destruction. If you have another original size 2 or greater Adventurer or Raging Spirits, you become a size 0 monster. When this card links attack, you can destroy an item on opponent's field for free. So it's a very nice option. Sometimes I'm fighting against decks that plays items like Dragon World. I'll definitely like to link attack and try to break their weapon. So it's just very nice to play. 1 copy just as tech because they don't always play weapons. But a 2 crit monster is always nice to have, and the artwork is great. Now let's go on to the spells. 4 copies of Corrosion Prothesis. This card is very good in this deck. This may not be a Raging Spirits card, but this card helps Raging Spirits so much. One weakness of Raging Spirits, whenever they are dead, you have to take the lifelink damage, which is really painful. However, now with this card allows you to gain life. You can put this card into the soul of monster on your field. So let's say you have Billion Knuckle, you can put this card from your hand into Billion Knuckle Soul, giving him an extra life. So your opponent will have to kill him one more time just to get into your life points. It's another ability is when a monster is cut, so is attacked, so all attacks are redirected to him. You can gain 1 life. So this way, you can actually kind of nullify its lifelink abilities, so you'll never be afraid that he actually leaves the field because he already gains so much life just by his skill. And don't forget that if you're being attacked, you can trigger this skill, gain 1 life, then you can pay 1 life to nullify destruction. It is ridiculous. This card is so good in Raging Spirits. And he has a third ability. If this is in the soul of a monster, all monsters on the field cannot be put into other areas by opponent's card effects. This is so good because there are some cards like Gallows, which actually mess up the field. You really don't want your Raging Spirits to move to the center. You don't want your Billion Knuckle to be blocking your item when attacking. You always want to have the Guard formation in this deck. So yeah, this card prevents your monsters from being moved, which is really good for Ancient World, especially for Raging Spirits. Gives you extra life, basically nullify your life link, and just gives you extra soul. This card is one of the MVPs of the deck and is amazing overall. 4 copies of Divine Dragon Creation. Cards cost 2 life to draw 2 cards. Easy to cast, and of course, once again, this guy helps us nullify those costs because he gains so much life with this card alone. Basic draw power for the deck, really good right now. 4 copies of Dragon Emperor Legend. Charge 1, gain 1 life, and draw 1 card. So much pluses in 1 card. A new negate for Ancient World. It's originally for Dual Jaeger. Just because Raging Spirit is size 3 and all attacks are already directed to them, you can play this card. You may only cast this card if a size 3 monster is being attacked. Since your monsters will always be attacked, you can nullify the attack and charge 1 gauge. Basically Blue Dragon Shield. Next is a classic card and I play it because of the art. 4 copies of Gathering of the Armed Dragons. Basically our Drago energy. The reason why I play this card is because some of my Raging Spirits do not have counter attack. Choose a Raging Spirit on the field and it gains plus 3k attack, 3k defense, and the counter attack ability. So this card is really good to play. And yep, just 4 copies. If you guys want to change up for other negates, it's fine as well. I play it just because of its fantastic art. This is definitely one of my favorite Buddyfight arts of all time because of how cool it looks. And finally, Arrival of the Raging Spirits. This card is just there because it gives you the ability to call Raging Spirits just in case they manage to clear your Raging Spirits. There's a lot of aggression in the meta, so sometimes cards that surprisingly pop up from your hand is really powerful. So you may only cast this card during attack on your opponent's turn. Counter, call a monster from your hand onto your field. And for this battle, give it counter attack and plus 2k defense. This way, bumping up to 8k, usually opponent won't be able to hit through it. And you can give it counter attack. It's kind of cool because like you have your monsters are dead and stuff. You can just use this and call it back to your field and redirect to it. So you protect your life points. Yeah. So now let's go on to weapons. We play 4 copies of Immense Tears. Immense Tears is very good because it is basically a draw engine for Raging Spirits. Equip cost pay on gauge. When a card on your opponent's field attack and you have a size 3 Raging Spirits on the field, you can draw 1 card. So every time you're being attacked, you can draw 1 card once per turn. Really good card because it kind of replenishes your hand. The deck is really tanky and it can hold its own, but drawing extra cards to your hand is really good. So I play 4 copies because it's your main equipped target. Backup items I play is 3 copies of Masurao. Masurao is just a basic item. He has 3k attack power and 2 crits. You still can beat down your opponents just in case you don't get an item. You always want to do the Guard formation in this deck just to maximize DPS. You just want to have the extra card to beat down. Otherwise, I still prefer to equip this overall because of the extra draw power. And finally, for the Impact, a really unexpected one. It's meant for Dual Jaeger but works fantastic in the deck. 4 copies of Unmatched in the Seas, Birth of the Sheaf. This card is really powerful because combined with cards like this guy's literally unbreakable. So 1 gauge, choose a size 3 monster on the field and put a card from your field and this card into the card soul. So just like that, you get 2 cards soul. Alright, so 1 gauge for 2 cards soul, making extra tanky to protect your life points. If this card is in the soul of size 3 monster, abilities of the card and this card cannot be nullified. Think about this. Long time ago when Raging Spirit was the meta, what card shut them down was actually Legend World Stars with the Frozen Fates. And right now with this card, Stars won't be able to stop this card because he will still have the counter attack ability and it is unbreakable because of his high defense power. So this card actually fixes a lot of problems that Ancient will have because of the effect nullification and stuff, and this card is fantastic and it's a lifesaver. A really cheap cost, 2 instant soul, making your monster extremely tanky. So I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on the Ancient World Raging Spirit deck from New World Chaos. If you'd like to see more Buddyfight deck profiles, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys are looking for Buddyfight decks or singles, please check out my online store www.buddy-mart.com. Links are in the description box down below. So thank you for watching, peace out and love you guys. Rawr.